Law in the court system. Courts and systems. What is a court? Well, simply, a court is where the game is played. A court is the place, it's the forum, where judicial questions can play themselves out. The court is a judicial tribunal duly constituted for the hearing and determination of cases. That's the only reason that it's there. But courts do many other things from just hear cases. It's also a forum for new political ideas to come up. It's a place where cases can be mediated, a place to collect fees. If you've ever had traffic fines to pay, you know that well, and a place where paperwork is processed. What is a judicial system? A judicial system is just another name for the many names that we know the court system by. The judiciary, the legal system, the courts, and the judicial branch are all synonyms. They all are the same, different names for the same thing, which is our judicial system which we use. The definition that we have for the judicial system is that the judicial system is the system of law courts that administer justice and constitute the judicial branch of government. It's really a system of all sorts of courts made up together. The judicial branch is just not one court, but many courts functioning together to create a system. Here are a couple of courts which you may have heard of before. You won't have to remember all of these, and we'll talk about a couple of them in this course, though there are many, many more courts than are listed here. In the left-hand column, you can see a lot of different federal courts which are listed. For example, the U.S. Supreme Court, which you've likely heard of. But there are also courts like the U.S. Court of International Trade, the U.S. Tax Court, and the U.S. Court of Military Appeals. On the right-hand side, you can see the state system of courts. In the state, for example, of California, we have probate courts and family courts, traffic courts and juvenile courts, small claims courts, and then we have different jurisdictional courts like the Superior Court and the State Supreme Court. As you can see, some courts are named by the jurisdiction that they cover, for example, the State Supreme Court or the U.S. District Courts, while other courts have to do specifically subject matter, such as Small Claims Court or the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. That means that these particular courts only deal with a certain type of subject. They only work on a certain type of case. If you were to bring your traffic court issue to family court, then you would not be able to resolve your judicial issue there. Similarly, if you brought your family court issue to probate court, then the probate courts would not know what to do with your family law issue. Some courts exist within other courts. For example, the probate and family courts may exist within the Superior Court building.